Alright, hey, here we go. Here's an update for y'all. It's Kite, this is James, and we've made some good progress. Why? Well, because it's been ages since I did one of these. But even so, I was moving. I haven't really got as much done as I would have liked to in all this time. That's for sure. But in RL, there's been lots of things going on that are going to make it better in the long run. So I'm all set up now. Got my nice home office going. Moved into the new place, and everything's just been, lining up for the ideal area for some gaming. So that's what's been going on as of just about 2 days ago. I've finally been getting back to work. In the interim, I have gotten quite a bit alpha testing. Had a little homecoming thing, housewarming, and lots of people came over, gave me some alpha testing. So that's why we're at the current state that you're about to see. As you can see right away, compared to last time, there's been a lot of art. But all in all, haven't spent that much time on art. We just really haven't had that much time. Just been trying to go for the big bang for the buck art, texture here, an animation there, trick background, stuff like that. Just get basic proof of concept going. Otherwise, been really cleaning up the combat mechanics, really just tighten them up to a point where it's really starting to feel more like a game. It's been told that it's addicting, even. Basically fleshed out your movement skills a little bit. The upgrade system goes up to level 40 right now, and you can still be purchasing upgrades. Your stats continue to go up, of course, as long as you're leveling. But there are upgrades all the way up to level 40, and that's with getting an upgrade every 5 levels. So right now you can see, well, probably you can't, barely, I can even see, down in this area, it's telling me I got a skill point. And I'm gonna go with my current favorite, which is the double swords. And I got that because I'm level 5, and then I get to choose out of the 8 that are available. This is the rooftop level. I've basically decided that's going to be one of my starting points, is sort of a futuristic green roof sort of a setting where various activities take place, regarding your building that you're on. So you're real high up in the air in like some tall skyscraper sort of a setup. And on the roof is, the kind of things you do outside if you were a mini city. Have some farming, maybe a little bit of solar energy, some wind. You might have your water sources set up out here. And so, I died. That's kind of my main idea for this level. Be starting point at least. I've worked a lot on AI, so I'm up to 4 enemies that are pretty rock solid. And that would be these little guys, little charge bots. They will keep their distance from you and then come in when they have their attack up and try and hit you with that. And they're the sort of dime a dozen guys. These dudes are the laser drones. They hit you pretty hard with lasers, and they start spawning out of those little pits after a while. At first it just spawns these little fellas. So anyways, let's see. What else is new? It's been a lot of art and just putting all the pieces together into a playable form. This tile set stuff is all new to me. I've been getting a lot of good, guides and whatnot, tutorials, but still, it's not the easiest thing to try. Ooh, you've also got a flash move, which God, saved my butt there. You can come back and stand on this little thingy, get yourself some regen. Your shield always regens, but the HP only regens right here for now. I've got another upgrade because I hit level 10. And I'm going to buff my dash so that I can dash and use less energy. That'll help me get these sword hits in. So I've had a lot of people play it. Probably the most of the feedback, negative or otherwise, is concerning the control scheme. There's just a lot of buttons, you know. Okay, so this, by the way, is my newest enemy. He's called the Slice Bot, and he is like the beefy version of the little guys. And I'm gonna hit him as hard as I possibly can. And he's got tons of armor. Oh, phew. So anyways, yeah. He's the newest. Nobody's played against him yet except my wife. She just got him stuck and showed me how to glitch it. And then shot him through the wall because she's smart like that. Anyways, okay, so there's a lot of buttons, and that's what the trouble is. Down here you can see kind of like all these buttons down here. Well, they're not buttons, but they're little icons. They represent your powers. So in total, you've got the speed boost one, this laser, which is your just main laser, that's your energy sword, that's your railgun, boom. This is for your ion cannon. Those things slow people down. Then those all use energy, that's why there's this battery. You can probably barely see it. It's in the lower left-hand corner. Then in the middle is the ammo ones, and that represents also the bullets that come out when you left-click. Your missiles, and then grenades go over walls, super handy. And then this is your power-up. Now this power-up is like your ultimate or something. It's a long cooldown, somewhere around 2 minutes. But once you hit it, you have huge ammo regen. And you can spam out quite a few powerful ammunition things. Then it's on cooldown. So this is my little cooldown rig. It's smaller as it's like further away on your cooldown, on your timeline, and as it grows and comes closer to the middle, it's closer to being ready. You know, I really liked all the visual aids I used to have on WoW for my cooldowns, and I've tried to emulate some of them for this because there's a lot of stuff going on. So if you do want to look at what it is, I want it to be readily available. So the goal system right now is to eliminate all of these spawners. You stand on them to make them go away, and they will come back over time. So you know, once you get one down, you need to hopefully get more, but after a while, the first one you got comes right back. And there's some random elements to the time. So they don't all come back exactly the same intervals. This is all stuff I've sort of got thanks to people alpha testing, so thank you all. You know who you are. Bruce's and Sheila's, really appreciate it. Lots of great feedback. And oh boy, I can't really deal with the Slice Bot right now. You know, I've got a lot of quality of life things going. It used to be that if you would flash into a wall, you would get stuck. That's fixed. I finally fixed it. Just basic things that you forget about. Also, if you flash into the void, you'll die. Boom. Because that's theoretically the edge, and you would fall or whatever. But you know, here's a little bit of the art. Just styled in, got kind of an orchard thing going, even though it's filled with just placeholder willow tree kind of things. Those would be fruit trees. They'll be farming, and you're gonna have to clear these areas, and then that'll allow you to get some harvesting done. That'll be all automated. But you know, it's just gonna be some real basic resource protecting duties, and that'll pan out for you at the end of each session, which might be like a day or something, where you're out protecting a certain area. And then at the end, you know, based on how well you've done, you'll get upgrades and progress on your overarching sort of goals, which are still vague, but they're going to be unlocking research, they're going to be unlocking technology, power-ups, stuff like that. I've got another upgrade, and I'm going to take smart missiles. Those have all been just regular, traditional, conventional missiles. These ones will now they'll home in on nearby enemies. Pretty much probably the most OP upgrade, I'd say, because it allows you to kind of counter these really fast. So bottleneck these guys, slow them down with the ionic cannon, and then hit your power up, and you are pretty much gonna survive okay. Yeah, it was a little rough, but here we are. Just bam, double sword them down. Yeehaw! So up here in upper left, there's some counters that show me how many spawners are left. I've got 3 right now. I've got 80 enemies. I want to get a couple more down, show you a little bit more of the level, but geez, it's not easy right now. So you're using your bullet time, which is on shift. You're using space bar, which gives you the speed up boost. And if you use them at the same time, then you know you can really get some fast reactions. But you know you're using different resources to do so. There's a few other little unseen quirks, like sword will do double damage when you're speed up, when you're turboing, and just really that's really only it, I guess. Let's see. Ooh, died again. So I've gotten basically a pretty high difficulty setting going right now because people have been playing it a lot over here, and most of the alpha testers are pretty darn good at this point. And it's really been rewarding to make sure that my bots don't have lots of real glaring difficulties, or excuse me, bugs that inhibit, you know, just good solid combat. You know, you really get a good bullet hell going against all the laser drones. You get kind of this laser hose thing, and it makes for some really good dodging and just enjoyable gameplay. Sniping. People are starting to get down all the different moves. Typically somebody's either a slow motion person or a turbo person, and overwhelmingly they're turbo people, and they don't use slow motion at the same time, which, you know, requires a little bit of finger dexterity. It's not easy to hold shift, space bar, and then WASD, and then take a finger off of D and use it for E to hit railgun. But right now, you know, I'm just sort of playing with it, trying to figure out how many weapons at once people can really handle. You know, I could handle all of the weapons. I used to have over 60 binds on Warcraft, but you know, that's not what this is going to be about. It's going to be about arcade style action, not remembering all your keybinds, so I want to make that clear to people. So it'll probably be you're specializing, you know, do you end up taking grenades or do you end up taking railgun? Something like that, but you always have missiles, lasers, bullets, a couple other bonuses. And then your movement powers can be swapped in and out, but you probably only have 2 or 3 at a time. And then same will go for the other sort of resources. And then that way it'll keep it to a minimum, but keep you sort of lithe and variety coming at you. We're gonna buff my, let's see, what else is fun? We're gonna buff the railgun so I can shoot it more now. still requires energy, but it's on cooldown a lot faster. And you can see it's this purple one down the bottom. I've had some terrible shots, there's no doubt. But you hold shift at the same time and you can really dial in your snipes. So this is my cyber tree thing that I was working on. My idea is that this is like your power source, sort of. Its leaves and everything are going to be like your solar collector. Just some standard issue, fun, sci-fi, nanotechy sort of world. Nothing that requires a huge hand wavium or a big pill to swallow, but just some fun stuff that'll allow you to kind of make up for these like little robots coming out of nowhere and all these kind of cool things. Anyways, well, that's probably it. It's going well. You know, the art's coming along. I don't have any music yet, but I have made some contacts. And it seems like I'm going to be able to get some assistance pretty soon once I get a little bit more of a project that I can like delegate stuff to. I don't think it's going to be trouble to have a little help with this. So I'd say things are looking good. I'm optimistic. Get overwhelmingly positive feedback, and appreciate everybody who's paying any attention. Have a good one.